What's up, everybody? It's your boy Jake. Welcome back to the channel. It has been a minute since I have posted a disc golf video, but the season's starting. I'm got a big tournament schedule up ahead of me this year. It's really gonna be the focus. Last year just really wasn't a good year for me, so really trying to play more tournaments and try to get that rating up and all that stuff. Looking to always improve the consistency and all that, but you know, I got some buddies that are curious what I'm throwing, what's in the bag. So this is gonna be I'm gonna go through this pretty quick, but yeah, this is what I am planning on throwing for the 2023 season. Yeah, the last bag I did was in 2021, so a lot has changed. Some things have changed, some things haven't, so let's get into it. Starting off with, let's start with the slow stuff, the putters. I'm putting with Electron Soft Ions from MVP. Not much to say. I use a soft plastic because it's a better grip for me, especially it's still winter. We literally just got through an ice storm, so the temps are cold. I do have like Electron Firm. As the temperatures increase into the summertime, I might go to a stiffer plastic, but right now soft ions are where it's at for me. As for the approach putters and stuff like that, I got a mix. All right, first things first, as we've always talked about, I got a Berg in the bag. Always got a Berg. It's a brick, if you know anything about the Berg. Really helpful, especially down here in Texas with the high winds and all that. Disc that, you know, because of the low glide, doesn't get carried off into you know, off to oblivion or anything like that. Still the best flick, I think, approach disc. Nice and straight for me. Ostaplas Berg. The next one is a new one to my bag. This is the MVP Glitch. A lot of people have been talking about throwing lid like this for a while now. I tried giving the Polecat and Sonic a whirl, but never really fit my hand comfortably. But this glitch has a slightly rounded edge. Zoom in up here, slightly rounded edge up at the top, you might be able to see in that camera, and it just feels just a little bit, feels my hand just a little bit better than those other lid discs. And this one I can actually throw, you know, pretty accurately. So this one, you know, two approaches, 250 feet in, and trying to actually give legit runs at the basket. I've already had a couple throw-ins with this, so man, the hype's real. All right, now just for some throwing putters and, you know, and approach putters, I'm gonna be honest here. So right here, I got a soft neutron proxy. I have really enjoyed this disc, just right from the get-go. Nice straight putter. I can put it on any line, and again, I guess maybe it's getting up there in age, different feel and all that, but I'm enjoying the soft plastic. This soft neutron really get a good grip. We'll see how it does in the summer, but for right now, I'm loving the soft neutron. I'm telling you guys, it's where it's at. The tick more overstable. I've been bagging the MV for a while now. This is just a regular neutron. I've been trying to get my hands on a soft neutron, but I can't, I'll be honest, I can't find a color combo I like. But I don't know. I've been a little, for lack of better words, I might be searching for other options. I might go back to a VIP shield for that kind of straight to overstable throwing putter. There just sometimes this doesn't do exactly what I wanted, or I want just a tick more stability because, you know, Texas, we got the winds and stuff. It's in the bag for right now, but it is kind of on the watch list. This could very easily, like I said, trade out for a VIP shield or something, you know, as we progress into the springtime. The last kind of like hybrid discs, we got basically two Razor Claws from Discmania. First thing we got is a Razor Claw 2. This is that kind of like star, I forget what they call this, metaplastic. I don't know. Discmania has so many plastic names at this point, but you know, this is essentially a star Razor Claw 2, and it has some wear, so it carries a good bit of distance now, but it still has the reliable fade. I really like this disc. Always good on the forehands and stuff, as you know. And then I have pretty much a brand new Razor Claw 3 this year. This is the most overstable of the Razor Claws that I've thrown. I've thrown every version. And this is really for when the winds are, basically if the winds are too much for that orange Razor Claw, I will bust this one out. And forehands, backhands, doesn't matter. This leaves the hand clean. It's overstable, gets to the basket. Love it. I have 4 select mid-ranges this year. Still the same principle as previous years, just limited the molds a little bit. So we got, you know, super overstable to understable. I don't have super understable. It's not really a shot that I ever really throw, but let's get into it. Starting with the super overstable. In years past, this has been a Lucid Justice, but right now this year I stumbled upon the Legacy Recluse. Very good disc, and I wish I had tried this a lot sooner. It's been out for a good long time. It's a little shallower than the Justice, which is a little different for me. I don't mind the shallowness and all. It's just it is noticeably shallower than a Justice. It pushes forward a bit more and still hooks up at the end. It's not stupid to where it's like it's immediately dumping when it leaves your hand. This will give you some flight and holds up in the winds. I've been really enjoying this, especially on the forehands. Again, getting them to push forward, and then it handles the torque all just fine. So Legacy Recluse. All right, next up is the, I guess we'll say, slightly overstable mid-ranges. I've been looking for something for a while, something that pushes out straight and has reliable fade. And I didn't like this disc for the longest time, but I threw a couple of my buddies, and this is a Lucid Verdict. And I kind of hate it because I've known this disc forever, but it is what it is or whatever. It feels good in the hand now, and it's the exact flight I'm looking for, so it's in the bag. What can I say? Times change, feel change, you know what I'm saying. For the straight stuff, this is the big mix up since the last in the bag is that I got the Hex from Axiom. And the reason I switched off the EMAC Truth is because as you get them worn in and stuff, they tend to be a little bit more I would say susceptible to a large amount of torque. Anyway, what I found with this Hex is that even if I crank on it, and maybe if I have it like crank on it, it's slightly anhyzer, slightly hyzer, it doesn't move too much. It pretty much holds that straight line, and I have a lot more success flicking this disc because it is torque resistant. So if you're looking for a straight mid-range that can handle a bit of torque, try out the Hex. Finally, the understable slot. I went around the world and back looking for understable mids, but I come back to, go figure, it's a discontinued disc, but the dynamic disc warrant. This is the best understable mid-range that I've ever thrown. It just feels good in my hand because I love the feel of like the EMAC and the Verdict now. It feels very similar, and I can throw it on a slight hyzer. It's gonna pop up, and then it just slowly holds that turn. It doesn't burn. I don't know. I can't find a flight like this. So fortunately I got a very small stack of these, so I'm gonna try to make them last. But yeah, dynamic disc warrant, awesome disc. All right, normally people would talk about their fairways here, but that kind of 7 and 8 speed, I guess I'll talk about one. It's purely utility. This is a West Side Disc Underworld in it's just VIP. I thought it might have been VIPX, but it's just VIP Underworld. I'm using this primarily for rollers right now. I've been really struggling getting rollers down, so I have something like super flippy like this Underworld. Just something I can rip out there nice flat. Little Annie, throw it out there hard, and it just gets on angle and does what I need to do. Utility roller Underworld. I guess to the control drivers, these would be that speeds 9 and 10 range. This is where a good chunk of discs are, and then we'll get into the distance drivers, but we're going to start on the understable side this time. This is one of the farthest flying discs in my bag. This is a Star Roadrunner. This is the Greg Barsby signature Roadrunner. This one has been beat up. It is not this one. I think there's a misunderstanding with these Roadrunners, and is that when they're out of the box, you can throw them if you got a slower arm, kind of like myself. These are not automatic rollers like they are for the pros. So this one I can throw. This one is beat up enough to where now it will hold that Annie and stuff, and if I get too aggressive with it, it will kind of turn and burn on me. But still love this disc, lots of trust in it. But yeah, Star Roadrunner understable. For kind of the straight stuff, this hasn't really changed. The Discraft Undertaker, when the wind's not up, this is what I'm ripping to go just straight. Yep, Undertaker, still straight, still great disc, flies a long way, love it. Now here's a disc that I got back to, is that I went back to the Innova Star, well, I should say the Innova Thunderbird. These two in particular are Jeremy Colin signature from different years. I'm not sure which ones, but they're that kind of, one is kind of star, one's swirly star. Anyway, He's got some good wear and tear. Again, when the winds are up down here, when the wind is up and I'm throwing into a headwind, these basically act like the Undertaker. They fly straight for me. If not, you know, they're kind of like the Verdict. Push forward a long way, have reliable fade, and I can forehand these as well. These again are torque resistant. Put them on just a little bit of hyzer on that forehand and watch them go. I'm very happy I went back to this. I was trying to go back to the new PDs and stuff. They feels really overstable to me. A lot of the new Discmania stuff feels overstable to me. Maybe it's just me, I don't know. Finally, for the overstable and super overstable, you know it. This is a 2021 Sexton Firebird. I finally retired my 2017. Honestly, I just it flies. It's actually understable now. My 2017 Firebird is so beat up, it actually is understable. We'll finally put in a fresh one. Fortunately, the 2021s I found fly very similar to the 2017s. So if you like that year, and you know, maybe you can get your hands on some of these. I know the Sexton Firebird market is kind of dumb. If you can't get any of these, I've heard the Scepter from Infinite Disc is a good alternative, so maybe try that. I personally haven't, but I got my stock. And then finally, this is just a Signature Series Color Glow, not Color Glow, just a Glow Firebird. This was for Andrew Marweed. This run came out super stiff, super flat. This Firebird is very, very overstable. It reminds me of the Champion Luster. It came out years ago. Yeah, basically utility. It is working in, so it's starting to fly a little bit. I'm starting to use this for thumbers and stuff. But yeah, I got to get around a corner, anything quick. I'm using this. Do the distance drivers. We will start with understable and go to overstable. And understable, I'm trying a new disc. I've never thrown this before except for like I finally picked them up like 3 weeks ago. Stamp kind of, I won't lie, I kind of bought it for the stamp. I was like, the numbers on it look kind of interesting, and I just want to see what they do. And that would be the Mamba from Innova. I got a couple you know, halos right here, and I'm using this for my understable big tailwinds. I want to get these worked up or whatever. I think these could be really good rollers as well. Maybe I could take that Undertaker out. I'm not sure. I've enjoyed this disc thus far. I'm still kind of learning it, still working with it, but I figured I needed a understable distance driver and for the big tailwinds, and this is fitting the build thus far. I'm enjoying it. I don't see it leaving the bag anytime soon. Next up in stability is a Grim from Costaplast. This is the K1 plastic, and I've been throwing the Glow Grims for a while now. They're one of the first distance drivers like out of the box that I can get it to do just ripping out there nice and flat, and it does a full flight path. It's one of the furthest flying discs in my bag, and like I said, right out of the box, it's one of the distance drivers I can ride reliably hyzer flip in the woods if I need to like get a full S turn like down a fairway or anything like that, or if I put it up on Annie, it'll hold it Annie and stuff. It's a really good disc. Costaplast Grim. All right, what I got here is probably my favorite forehanding disc. These are Halo Race. I'm still working on some mechanics on the backhand side and stuff, but for forehands, I can rip these out nice, flat, and hard, get a little bit of turn, and then a reliable fade. These are both fairly new. They're not too worn in. The red one has been in the bag before, so it has a little wear. This black one is fresh, and yeah, I look forward to working these in this season. Love the Wraith. I was toying with other distance drivers all last year, probably why my results weren't very good, but I got a couple Raiders back in the bag. We got a pretty much brand new Biofusion, you know me and the yellow Biofusion Raiders, so I finally saw DD had these restocked on their website. I grabbed a few of them, and then this one been in the bag before. This is just a Fusion Raider. This one is a bit more overstable. I don't know, you know how it is with these with plastic and all that. This one just came out more overstable than this one. So yeah, Raiders, they bomb. I traditionally don't forehand Raiders too much. They're a little bit squirrely for me. If I'm not forehanding a Wraith, I'm forehanding this next disc. And finally, the most overstable in my bag are these Royal Rives from Latitude 64. Royal plastic is the best plastic, I think, on the market as far as feel goes. These still stand up to any headwind. I can rip these on, I can have an anti-release on a forehand, really rip on these. I love the feel of the flight. And now that it has been a couple years since I've had these in the bag, they're finally getting worn a little bit. I'm starting to get them to press forward down the fairway a little bit, but they still got that hook at the end. So yeah, Royal arrives, love it. And that is going to kind of round out my bag. I'm not going to really advertise or show what bag I'm rocking, because honestly, I've been rotating around different bags, and I'm back on like my old Delta cart. I got that rolling again, and I like the cart and all that. So I'm bouncing back and forth between bag and cart. I got no preference, just kind of what I'm in the mood for, the course and how I'm feeling. But yeah, that's my bag. I hope you enjoyed. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't know when I'll post the next video, but if y'all are interested in hearing like tournament reports and stuff, my season officially kicks off tomorrow. First tournament on a Sunday, and should be good. Frostbite Open 3. Yeah, the goals, I guess a quick rundown of goals real quick for the year is we're looking to hit 925 rating. The top goal would be 950, and anything above that, I mean, that means we killed it. Anything else disc golf related? Nope, I think that's it. If you enjoyed, if you're new here, like the content. I don't always post, but I'll post as much as I can. Anyway, hope you guys have a good day. We will catch you in the next video. See ya.